Sitting down with GMAC Pitcher of the Year from Alderson, Broaddus, senior Tyler Stage. And Tyler, when you look hit the rewind button a little bit on this season, what are a few things that stood out to you about your senior year?
I had a lot of fun, especially with this being the last go-around, just trying to stay away from, this is the last time out or this and that, and really trying to, just break it down into, one game, one inning, one at bat at a time. And I think after a while, and you look back on it, and it just, stuff seemed to work out.
Talk a little bit about your last start. Coming into the postseason, throwing a no-hitter, looked like you gave up one run, but no-hitter is still hard to do no matter how you slice it. Talk a little bit about that start against Bluefield State.
I would say that was probably one of the roughest first innings I've ever had. Walking the first two guys on like 9 pitches and having no idea where the strike zone was. And then, we had sort of planned like a Johnny Holstaff kind of day, and, I looked down in like the 6th and nobody had picked up a ball yet. And so I didn't even know till then, but it was special. It was something I hadn't done in a long time. So,
how was the pitch count in that start for you?
I think it ended up in the low 80s, and yeah.
Still economical.
Yeah, it was something that I didn't really think was happening till late. So.
Now, Alderson Broaddus last year was a team that I thought really had a chance to unseat Trevecca Nazarene in the tournament. Did last year's exit kind of leave a bitter taste in your guys' mouths? And, what's your approach this year?
Absolutely. Starting with the guys texting all summer, from wide different, distances and stuff. And then, it started in the weight room and then in fall practice. And it was just something that, always stuck with us, not just, getting knocked out, but knocked out by the same team and the same pitcher in 2 days. And, it ate at us a little bit, but, we got over it. And I think that's, it's been fuel to the fire for sure. So, we learned a lot from it. There's different ways that we're going to go about it this year.
Analyzing your own game a little bit on the mound, I guess what are a few of the areas that you've seen yourself really take a few strides in the last 2 years, do you think?
I'd say, developing more as a pitcher. And I know, people say it all the time, but if you really think about pitch by pitch and how you throw through games, and there's a huge difference between pitching and throwing. And I think, 2 years ago I was a thrower, and, throwers don't do so well, especially against some of the teams in this conference. Team batting average over 300. That if you're a thrower, it spells disaster. So, and I think, just trying to analyze hitters and go pitch by pitch.
When you look at the current rotation for AB, Chris Botto, Randy Dobnak, those guys have turned in some sterling starts themselves, been athletes of the week. How do you guys feed off each other as a group, and I guess continue to grow as a unit?
Chris and Randy especially, and then I think, Zach too this year. He had big shoes to fill, with Kobe, and then he's kind of fulfilled that role, and kind of kicked us in the rear up at Randy and Chris and myself. And with the start Randy had, it would just seem like following him in game 3 that I had to be right there with him. And I think that was, that's always been something to help keep me going, is seeing a guy shove the way he had most of the season all year.
Tyler, thanks for your time this evening. Wishing you the best of luck in this week's tournament.
Thank you.